Afarley, and today is another episode, another exciting one, another educative one, and I hope that today you're going to enjoy it just as we enjoyed ourselves and got to learn very well last week. I hope that this week will be superb. We would go home happier, we would go home more educative, we would go home with another touch, a little of whatever we've learned here, adding up to our daily lives. But today, we will be discussing igniting the sex talk with your partner. Your partner comes back from work, probably you are a housewife and you want to have sex or you want to make love to your partner. How do you start it? Some women would say that I won't say it because when I say it, the man would see me as a spoiled person, quote and unquote. The man would also say that, me in country, I'm just waiting for her to start it up. Who do you expect to start? Who do we want to start the conversation first? This is our topic for today, and I hope that you're going to enjoy it. Do join us on Facebook, Adwa TV Ghana, and on WhatsApp, the numbers will be rolling on our television set. Do well to send us a text. And when you call, when it's time for you to call and you call, do well to lower the volume of your television set. Last week, we had someone calling in, and I hope that
God bless the day I found you. I want to stay around you, and so I beg you, let it be.
man. I refuse to call him a man because I don't want them to be going. I want them to be young. So we have a gentleman here. He's in the person of Mr. Cecil Quarcoo. So when you call and you want to address him, you can address him as Cecil. And he's here to answer your questions. Antina,
Hi.
how's your week? Today is Friday. Ah, great ones. I've been seeing them on your status. Interesting ones. So how's your week been? I saw you a couple once in traffic. You know that.
I was in a hurry. Trying to get to the office.
Okay.
Kudos to my feet. She's really done well this week.
Interesting. I don't know your name, but I always admire you from afar.
It's difficult for women. I think we've always grown by the men,
Okay.
but it's not supposed to be so.
Does it help us in any way?
Actually, it would not help you because if you don't initiate the talk, how would your man know you are ready? How would your man actually know what you want? How is your man going to know that you're in the mood or you're not in the mood? Or you enjoyed it or you did not enjoy it? So it doesn't help in any way. Yes. I mean, women are so used to coming for it to say, I want an iPhone, I want pizza, I want a new dress. You might just as well say, I'm in the mood, honey, let's have sex.
Okay.
Then the man knows that you're a confident woman. Yes.
This confidence level there.
So indeed, women should initiate it. I 100% believe women should initiate the talk. Yes. But as we go on in the discussion, I mean, we are going to discuss several ways we have to go about it. I mean, you obviously you not just get up and say, Kofi, I'm in the mood for sex, let's have sex. No. So as we have this discussion, I mean, we're going to talk about a lot of things in details. But we just start right by saying that women can initiate it too. I mean, we just have to be bold.
Bold and beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you very much. So men always want to bottle up their emotions. They want to always bottle up what they feel. It's difficult for them to express how they feel. And if you are not a smart woman,
Because it is only when there is a little bit of tension in the marriage, then you try to keep saying things. But when there is commitment, there's love, there is communication, why are you keeping it? Who are you going to discuss those things with?
right?
apart from your spouse.
Okay.
So that is why there's the need to make sure that you always grow your marriage. You have to make sure that you water your marriage and to iron out little differences that comes between the two of you. Once these things are ironed out and other things, if you have issues, well, discuss with your wife. Yeah.
Interesting.
After all, she's your helpmate. So if you need attention in certain areas of your life,
You need to tell.
you need to tell her and discuss about it.
Exactly.
Very, very important.
Okay. So it says that when we are able to tell our partners how we feel, I mean, I want to make love to you, I want to kiss you, I want to hold you. It makes us so vulnerable. And you know vulnerability, you know what it leads to. Why would I say it if it would lead me into being vulnerable with my partner or to my partner? Antina.
You know, I started by saying that women always know what they want. We know we need an iPhone, we know we need new shoes, we need perfumes. If indeed you enjoy your marriage and you enjoy intimacy with your spouse, coming out to say you want to be kissed, you want to be cuddled, it shouldn't make you feel vulnerable at all. Do we feel vulnerable when we're asking for all the all the fine things that we get? No. But you see, it depends on the approach. It depends on the bond you're sharing with your spouse. I should say that. Okay. Yes. And like Cecil said earlier on, if there's cordial relationship or there's a kind of intimacy that exists already between the two of you, then there shouldn't be any problem. I mean, sex is part of marriage. Sex is very important when it comes to marriage. I think it's more important than food. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
It's more important than food, yes. So if you're able to tell your spouse, Abna, I want to eat fufu and inkatenkwane tomorrow, and you're also able to tell your spouse, I feel like eating burger tonight or shawarma, you should be able to tell him that I think I'm in the mood for sex. But you know, it depends on the approach. Let me tell you something. Before you initiate sex talk with your partner, you should know the mood in which he is in. You should be able to read your partner and know that in a way he also feels exactly how you feel. I mean, it would be unfair to go to your partner even on a normal day and say, I'm serving you fufu for breakfast. If he's not a typical Asantini and he's not used to eating fufu in the morning. Yay! Or you just get up one morning and you say, there's quickly on the table for you for breakfast.
We are not in August.
We are not in August, and it's not homo. So the same thing with the sex talk. Initiating it, you have to check your spouse's mood. Know him. I mean, we're not talking about the act, but the talk itself. You would definitely not go to your husband when he's in should I say he's in a pensive mood and he's not ready for any form of discussion. You go and you say, honey, touch me, cuddle me, hold me. He'll push you and brush you off somewhere. It's not supposed to be, but he's not in the mood
For that.
For that. I mean, your spouse cannot come home tired. He hasn't even taken a warm bath or a cold shower. He hasn't relaxed, and you come and you say, today you have to hold me and have sex with me. No. So you need to know each other. You need to read each other very well.
To create that atmosphere for
exactly. Before you can even initiate the talk in the first place. If not, he's not even going to listen to you.
Now, in our part of the where we are coming from, the culture, sex talk, it's embarrassing right from the beginning.
Quite embarrassing.
Now, if you raising up your child, right, you are able to teach the child that this is your head. These are your arms, these are your legs, these are your whatever. But when it gets to mentioning penis, it's a problem.
Yep.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Then we call it puli. That is the thing. So your child...
You're talking about our grandparents.
That is the thing. And we are also repeating the same thing.
You only get to school and then you learn.
That is the thing. You see, why are we shying away from those things? It's not part of the body. So we have a fundamental problem we need to look at. We are repeating the same thing. If we don't take care, our children will also repeat the same thing.
It's just like telling a girl child that if you play with the money, I'm going to get...
Teacher is saying that this is penis.
You're also saying something else.
That is it. So you confuse the child right from the beginning. Even this is happening in our churches, where we have counseling. It gets to sex aspect of the whole thing.
And we can't talk
then
about
we can't talk about it. Meanwhile, that is the time for you to tell the people how to even have sex styles.
So I'll say this here. This is about the third time I'll be saying this. These are some of the topics that should be treated in church.
It is.
Yes.
This is the third time I'm saying it.
It is.
And in fact, I'll say it every other Friday.
That is it.
is.
So there's a fundamental problem. Just go for, let's say, weddings. The MC comes out to say that, can somebody come out to advise the whatever? You don't hear anybody talking about sex.
No.
Meanwhile, sex is a very,
talk about
it's an
the relationship
integral
we are
part.
supposed to.
That is the thing. We all repeat the same things. Nobody talks about sex. It's as if sex is a taboo. You see, all these things happens and we channel it. Why are we running away from talking about sex? So we'll repeat this. Our children, we are training our children in the same way. They also carry it on from generation to generation. That is it.
And I think to add to Cecil, I think that using the word sex is even the bigger picture. Just intimacy, bond. So they just walk past each other, and if it's right, they just will probably brush their hands. People don't
Meanwhile,
hold
there's
each
something-
other in public anymore.
That is the
You've
thing.
bottled it up.
I know, right?
It's there. It's there. Let it out.
You know, look, after church service, you look at couples around and you wonder, are they really couples or a brother and a sister? You don't see people holding
They
hands.
just
Yes.
walk off.
They just walk off
I'm waiting for you in
at the car. That's it.
And then sometimes the
see?
guy will just give the
So
car
there's no
keys.
intimacy,
You go in and you open the
nothing.
set.
So you wonder, am I looking at a brother and a sister, or are they actually couples? They don't hold- Not at all.
So the same thing happens in the bedroom. The same thing.
That
You leave the two
intimacy
of them.
itself,
It's not there.
I think
It's a
that
problem.
We need to stop or to quit buying king size and queen size beds. I think that we need to buy easy. Our
Smaller
parents or our grandparents used to have is it please
So the bed is not even the problem.
That is
use
the
the
thing.
second room as your closet
I know, right?
and use the first one as your bed.
But there's mommy's room and there's
then
daddy's room.
So
it
when
means-
mommy is bored, mommy will go into her room.
and
When
lock
daddy
up.
is bored,
Daddy also goes to
We are
his room.
showing off wealth. Meanwhile, it's creating
A gap.
problems.
A gap.
yeah.
Eh,
Yes.
But what I actually know is your parents' room. It's sacred. You actually have to knock
Before you enter.
before you enter, because anything could be happening. in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
room.
yeah. Yeah.
And you're there not when daddy comes back from work and
When
mommy
they
is
enter
there.
that room, you never go
Why are you
there.
going? You go and play with your friends.
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna your day.
Oh,
You want
yeah,
to just
yeah.
leave.
But now that intimacy is no more there.
It's no
It's not
more.
there.
So
It's no
if
more
the
there.
intimacy is no more there now, you ask yourself, can they even discuss it? Then they will not be able to.
So
And
if you have sex and the sex is bad, you still can't say anything. Just get up and you walk.
That
off.
is it.
And that is why I have a problem, because some ladies or some men will just right after love making, you realize that just wear my clothes. Me kwa kwa yadi or kitchen.
well, I'm going to draw you back
No,
to
but
the bed.
whatever you are going to do can wait.
So that was
right.
that was sex that they had. It wasn't love making.
Making.
That is it. There's difference
Quickie.
between
They just
sex,
wanted
having
to
sex,
just,
and
you know,
that is it.
walk off.
That is it.
So they just came together, went through the act, and then one person
even
gets
even
up and
coming
goes.
together may be my feelings. Maybe it's not you.
So maybe
you are
you
not
are
even
ready,
feeling
but
for
I'm
it.
not even
Yes,
ready.
that is the thing, and I asked for it, and I had to do it.
Just because
So-
I don't want you to go out, I need to just fulfill my
That is
wifey
it.
duties and what.
So and now you mentioned something about the sex not being good and you not addressing it. You see, when it comes to marriage, honesty has a big role to play in marriage. You should be able to be honest with each other. Because listen, if there's something wrong in the marriage and you are not able to open out to your spouse, you're going to live with the person for the rest of your life.
It could be 70 years.
It could be 70 years or 80
It could be
years.
50.
So imagine your wife cooking a meal you don't enjoy.
And you're always eating
And then you're always eating it. You're going to eat it for the rest of your life. You're almost and you're not able to open up and say, "Oh, I think it's more mommy and the came in small on it's more on your plan." It's the same thing with sex. You know, for example, you start, please, honey, why don't you always start with my breasts? Oh, honey, I think, and sometimes, let's get this straight. Before you complain about sex, do not, and I repeat, I'll say this to the camera, don't bruise your partner's ego.
Say it in a nice way.
Yes, say it in a nice way. The approach should be warm. Because one least thing you say could bruise his ego, his or her ego, and then the person will not be able to feel comfortable around you anymore. So you just start by saying, you start by appreciating the previous acts. Yes, you appreciate the person. You say nice, and then you give an example. And every time you complain, please always give a solution. So maybe, I think last night was too vigorous. Why don't we take it
this way?
Slow? So then you've made a complaint, but you've given a solution. Go slow.
That is it.
You
That is
understand?
it.
So then, by the time the person will not go wondering what at all does she want from me, what at all does she want me to do.
You've not created any
solution. So you complain, but you give a solution. You could probably start by saying, "I think I'm tired of the bedroom. Why don't we do it in the hall? Why don't we try the kitchen when the kids are sleeping?
The kitchen. Is my wife listening? The kitchen.
So you just say that.
Go straight to the point. Go straight to the point, and it will be done.
I know, right?
That is it.
Probably you prefer him to finger you to wetness, and then you go and then you say, "Yeah, susomimu." No, you haven't said anything.
That is the thing.
Also,
so he will keep
Your arms
susoing
are
your
there.
moon like a cocoa, and you will not still get there. You understand? And then also, there's another thing about the creating the ambience for you to discuss intimacy. Gone were the days when people used to think you need candle lights, you need to play cools before you can create a romantic candle. You'll be lighting all the candles. Yes, with all those candles. You don't need candle lights or anything.
Okay.
You just need to prepare yourself.
Yeah, that is it.
I mean, Baba Shia,
Now, thanks.
if he sees you in that mood, why would he even want to worry you with
Now,
sex?
please, if you think that you have kids and today you want to have a game, don't worry yourself. If you always have leftover food in the fridge,
Yeah,
don't cook.
that is the thing.
I know. Antina, I know that when you have small light soup in the house,
You can warm it.
you can buy okra. You can buy okra.
And then create something
Some of us
simple.
we stay with our grandmother, so we
I
know how
right?
to live.
You create something simple.
Oh, you create another meal out of the light soup, and so you don't have to stress yourself.
At all.
By the time your husband will be back,
Feel fresh.
Oh, sasa no. Oh, we can
Look, I had a guy complaining to me once, and he said, Inga dani ni mashashia ebuhe netagboko.
One Jenny, aluminium.
I don't want to laugh. And then he says, "Oh, but now there are hair bonnets.
I know, right? All these
nice colors.
nice hair bonnets. Ebuble my hair netagboko. Yes. Ne wo pioto agboko
Yeah.
And then to add up, so, those ladies that wrap the cloth around their backs, come on, get a sexy lingerie. If possible, go gaga. When I say go gaga, don't wear anything at all. Be the baba train me. Oh,
Bend down. Obande ko 5 cedis.
no can't once in a while, I call it going gaga. Confused money.
Yeah.
You see, so we have all these things we have to do. But once we get married,
Then we stop.
We become all like, I'm a married woman, all responsible. I need to keep the home clean. I need to do this. But do not ignore your partner. It's going for both the men and the women.
Yeah.
The men now start thinking, I'm responsible. Sanima chuni, kodimana shikapi. Nike ba question. Hello. Sanu chu you are.
That is it.
Because Mokobi ni kani fen
You
yele.
need to work.
I know.
Working in the office is not enough. The home needs work.
That is it.
It's sad though. This thing about sex.
That is it.
It's very sad.
It's very sad.
I mean, we are just making fun of it, but it's a serious issue.
And I will say and say again, we grew up with our parents and they never cuddled. I never really saw my parents kissing or my grandparents kissing for me to say, hey, I'm in kissing where for okay, marry my kissing. So I think
Auntie, when you start doing those, say, we can be a
yeah, you know, I know, right?
No, but which kids? Now the kids that we have, they're even grown than their parents do.
So you either do it and let them understand it's only mommy and daddy who are entitled to do these things.
Yes.
I mean, own each other. Even if he doesn't want to. More than no sure now. Before Naka cares for Moli Agbuku. Obiane, what is happening? Biane so much Agbuku be alone. You need to kiss, you need to cuddle. I mean, it's marriage. Oya Juku. It's allowed.
It's yours.
It's allowed. It's allowed. We need to make it fun.
You've made a very important point. The appearance alone speaks.
Yes.
That is the thing. Once the man comes to the house and you've appeared that way, the man gets to know that there is something beyond even the food. That is
so
the thing.
When you do that, it means that there is
Time
That is the thing. That is the thing.
Oh, this telecommunication network with the advert. I don't want to mention it.
Time and soul.
That is the thing.
So,
The man sees that beyond the food that is on fire, there is another thing
That I
that is
need
also
to-
prepared for me.
Yeah.
Very, very important. So appearance communicates. Let's communicate and make it fun. Today's marriage is too dry. We are on the desert. It's
Andy,
too dry.
thanks for the messages. I wish you could call in today and say hi to us. We miss you.
yeah.
Anyway, so that's quite interesting. Our appearance counts, and to those of us as ladies, when we want to buy panties, especially the cotton ones, if you are wearing size 12, don't buy size 12. Buy 8 or 10. Smaller. When you are washing it, the more you wash it,
The more it's expensive.
then it's expanding. So if you buy size 12, by the time you realize it's 14,
Babe,
in 2 months it will be 16. So buy it small. When you're washing it, it will expand. Thank you very much.
and now, please, on the pants issue, we shouldn't always be self-centered. Women of today would say that they don't feel comfortable in G-strings or in thongs. They want full panties, but you shouldn't always rock the full panties. You can rock it to the office when nobody is watching. Trust me, Monday to Friday or morning to evening, you can rock your full panty and feel comfortable. But when you come, you should be able to rock a thong or a G-string for your spouse.
Yeah.
You should be able to.
Something for us, you know. You have it in a
You are telling me. You are telling me,
Sister, buy
man.
ice cream.
You are telling
Spray
me.
it on
That's
our body and
right.
lick it off.
Yeah.
You don't always have to talk. Sex. The actions alone should put you in the mood.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Very, very
It
important.
should put you in the
Very,
mood.
very important.
So we've talked about opening up about what we want. It's never too late to start. Probably you've been married for 5 years and you've not started the sex talk yet, but you have 2 kids. It's even amazing how the kids came about, but even at that, we still manage. Now let's talk about our fantasies. What gives us or what pushes us into that mood? Some men do not know how to go about the foreplay, and so they start and they want to just starting.
the
We want to go
point.
going straight to the point. Let's tell men what we want, how we want it, where exactly that thing is,
Yes.
so that they will go pick it up and give it out to us.
Exactly.
So, men,
That is where communication comes in. Right. If the person is your spouse, after a while, you should know exactly the points and the places to touch. Right. If you having sex or you are making love and you don't know exactly what interests your spouse, it's a problem.
okay,
At times, you may be doing something, you are hurting the person.
but you may not know.
You may not know. And because of lack of communication at times in marriage and other things, you'll be hurting the person, and the person may also be flowing in the same vein. In the mind of the person, she wishes this thing is ended.
So that she can just get up and
That is the
let's
thing.
go, let's walk off.
That is the thing. There should be constant communication in marriage. In love making, there should be communication. That is when we have the mutual affection. Once there is mutual affection, communication takes over. If whatever is going on, you don't like it, tell the person in a romantic way during the process and other things, and let the person change the channel to another channel.
All right.
Then you can have a complete sex. But what is making love, and at the end of the day, you are hurt, and you don't want even going into it again? I always say that there are some people who have had sex several times, they have children like you are saying, but they are still verging to sex enjoyment.
Yeah.
Because they have never enjoyed it before.
But they've had sex.
They've had sex, but they are verging to sex enjoyment.
So theirs is probably sex, not love making.
That is it.
Yeah.
That is it. So because of lack of communication that goes on, and the intimacy that goes on between couples and other things, most people are having sex, but they are not making love, and it's making everything dry at home. It's a problem. And instead of probably discussing with your spouse, you go out there and talk to somebody about it. It's not helping the marriage. It's really not helping the marriage. Why can't we sit down and talk to discuss it?
So
if you
talk and
feel
let me listen,
that is the
I
thing.
can also tell you what I want.
If it's becoming a little bit difficult for you, go out, go and invite your spouse somewhere, go and sit somewhere. Probably when you are going and other things, be romantic on the way a bit, just to give hints to your partner that this is where we are going. So you sit now, as you take the drinks and other things, then you raise the issue. Discuss about it. But in discussing, you have to make sure that you take one at a time. Don't rush it.
Okay.
That is the thing, because you may go and push, and you may be rebuked at a point.
Yep.
So you have to know exactly which one you are touching that very day. Just touch on it. Let it be short. Let it be targeted at whatever you want, and let it be limited.
I like the comments I'm getting on Facebook.
That is let it be limited. Once you get it done, you realize that you come home fulfilled.
And some couples have stayed for 10 years, for 5 years, and they've not slept outside their homes before. That's why your parents are there.
Yeah.
Give the kids to them.
Yeah,
Let them
yeah,
also
yeah.
take care of them. Go out. I mean, move out of your comfort zone. Do something else. Something nice.
Yeah, very, very important.
Cecil, to add to something, you the men, sometimes you feel overconfident. So, I mean, you keep doing the same thing. If it's the breast, you keep feasting on the breast. And you feel overconfident. You feel you are doing bibiama, but you don't pay attention to the woman's mood.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
it's like
I agree.
It's like when a lady is eating or tasting. I keep associating sex with food because it is food.
Yeah, it is.
You watch the person, and then you're there. Because the person might taste it and she'll look like she's eating sawdust. But the person might just say, and then you know that,
This is nice.
this is nice. So she likes it. It's the same thing with our response to sex as women. But you, the men, if it is the nufu, I don't know what you're getting out of the nufu. You don't change your style, and it's overconfidence. And you know, it reminds me of teenagers exploring when they are growing up and they feel I finger and you think you've taken her to cloud nine.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, that I finger it trim longest. So you don't marry and go fingering your woman. You'd marry and you explore her body.
Yeah.
Check her responses.
Yeah.
You know, there are some women that even as of now, it takes only their ears for them to get wet.
And that's it.
And
Yeah.
that's it. You don't need to do a lot of work. So the men need to actually watch the response.
Very, very
You
important.
need to pay attention to how she's feeling. Does she moan? And the women too. They are always mumu in sex. Katoye mumu. Atoye mumu.
No, we refuse to talk.
No, you should moan. The way Nicole Yenini. The same thing. Kato here. Moan. Sure anymore nakeshi. If you're not correct.
If you can't do anything, close your eyes.
Close your eyes. And
I mean,
you know, Nigerians have this thing they call ringtone in sex and wallpaper. The ringtone in sex is your moaning and your and your and then the wallpaper is the look on your face.
Wow.
So if you are rolling your eyes, it's a different wallpaper.
Yeah, in cloud nine.
If you are closing your eyes, it's a different wallpaper. You know, if you are licking your lips, it's a different wallpaper.
Not to say it.
Since I'm giving people a poll,
Yes, I'm picking everything. I'm picking everything.
So this one goes to the men.
Yes, I'm picking everything. And
look out for a ring. That is to the men.
we have picked all that, but the breast will never leave the breast. Let me tell you, we will never leave the breast.
No, we don't mind. You know, funny enough, there's something about the breast that makes it sensational.
Yeah.
No, they've been sucking the breast since
Since.
the
We'll
first
die
day.
with it.
And they want to die.
We
with it.
will die with it.
We don't mind. We enjoy it. Now,
We will
don't
die with it.
Women,
Oh, don't worry. That's
women
cool.
enjoy, but it shouldn't always be the breast.
Yes.
It shouldn't always that nekobomi akutu. No. Akwadu feel. Akpapa feel. Ice cream
Lafo
feel.
Like a blend.
Lafo
A
feel,
blend.
chocolate feel.
Makani.
You know. Make
Makani.
it sensational for us.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
I have
So you
picked a
wanna
lot.
say-
I'm telling you, I've picked a lot from that. Wifey, get ready. I'm coming.
This was why is so dead.
So, after your 7 days menstrual cycle, your husband gets back from work, and for the past 1 week he's been moody. I mean, he's tired from work and all that. But you know, women, when we want to have sex, I mean, it's there. It doesn't leave. It's just like when a man is hard.
Yes, yes,
And he has not gotten anyone to penetrate, it doesn't go down. And so, in this sense, how do you tell the man? How do you put him in that mood? Because he's virtually tired.
Yeah.
But you also need to release some stress.
Yes, that
As
is
a
it. Yes. Are you taking it?
Okay, so let me take it.
Yes,
Let me
woman.
take
You,
it. You know, when a man is not, I keep saying, when a man is not ready for sex, he's not ready. No matter what you do, but every woman has that touch, that magic. You should know your man.
yeah.
It polemone, but honey, it will feel katamanki.
No, Jason.
Kuno ya tatra. You understand? Etole, ejema mye be etole. So appreciate the fact that she
She's
etole. Hale be few, but manke miya huwe. Jano tatra.
So, to my friends in the Ashanti region, wait, when it's midnight, you let him sleep. When it's midnight, I want to translate.
Yes.
When it's midnight, make sure that you call him.
That is it. Anaju yede. It's when
Thank
a
you.
man in dam. Wa breno, relax for him. Chill for him. But after he has slept for 2 hours or 3 hours,
About 11, nkwala nada.
you, the woman, you're still on heat. You should not suffer alone.
Yeah.
And then you approach cautiously. Now, sometimes when you approach, don't go giddy 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 to the penis. No. You can start from the nipple. You can start by even tickling, some parts of his body. You realize that the penis that was tied before, gradually, that
You're
arousal.
resurrecting it.
I mean, God is wonderful.
Oh, God is wonderful.
See, let's clap for God now.
Yeah,
God
yeah,
is
yeah,
wonderful.
yeah.
He has a way that he created
Yeah.
that thing. It takes just a little touch. If for now feel it me no we no kwalo o musko me ko ke we me. Okay.
Sensation.
O do na e so the feel. But fe bone we have but fe bone tole ha no me joy feel. Ni bi ba teshin. So don't say ake o.
Mr. Producer, please stop laughing.
Don't say ake o. It will have been by tole. My husband is always care tole ha ne wo. She chemole manke.
That is
no
it.
corny.
That is
Because
it.
mind
At
you,
least, monkey, is here 2 hours.
No.
I mean, watch 45 minutes, 1 hour.
and
You're
mind you,
done.
if it's him the man, neto boy.
Oh, but
It's somewhere again.
So my married women, oh fine, and you can spare me. Care tole honey wo.
That is
But
it.
chemole manke. No corner no bako ye di.
Very, very important.
Cashing anything free. And well,
just saying that I just like it.
let's be realistic. You might try during the night and he's still tired. But at dawn, maybe around 4, around 3:30, by then he had really slept enough. Then you start touching all the right places. You start from his nipples, and if all these things are not working, sweetheart, grab that penis and give him a blowjob. It will shoot up.
Interesting.
It would automatically shoot up. It will.
And
You're talking
you know
as
what?
if
You know what?
you've been in my bedroom for some time.
You see, one funny thing is that the ladies will tell you that Me, I cannot give you blowjob, but you want him to lick you.
I know, right?
Hey.
It's a matter of give and take.
Yeah, that is it.
And some
And
of the
let's
men
see-
too, they always want to take. They don't want to go down there.
It means
If-
that you're on point, right?
If your
Cute.
spouse is being selfish, trust me, let him understand that he's being selfish. That the things you do for him, he's not doing the same things for you. And that's why I say when you start cautiously, be appreciative. Start praising him for the things he's done that you like before you lure him into the topic of, letting him know what he's not doing that you'd want him to do.
Yeah.
The messages on Facebook.
And
Very
Come
interesting.
in.
that's because they know sex is sweet.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
And once you're married and you have the license, you have to enjoy it.
enjoy
and-
it to
and
the fullest.
I want
very,
to
very
say,
important.
I want to say this on set. When we choose the topic, I guess I'm blasted. Both for my friends, my family, I mean, all over. And on Facebook, dear. But I don't know why we are shying away from sex.
Yeah.
When you bring the sex topic, people think, oh, but sex is for married couple. We are not talking to the young people. We are talking to the young people so that when they get married,
Yes.
they will do what is right.
Yes.
And we are also talking to the married couples who are also listening to us.
Yeah.
So that they'll start doing the
So
right
that they'll
thing.
start doing the right thing. You've been married for 10 years and you've not even told your husband that you want to have sex. Hey, when are you waiting? You are waiting when you are 40 years, when you are 45. Boy, is that Benini be a hejo. Beni wailo for that. Nini be a hejo. You want to start. I mean,
Some even starts after their spouses have prostate cancer. I feel penis. I feel appreciate that. Please start now.
start now before it's too
Start
late.
now.
Enjoy it now.
Yes.
One
It is for you.
Yeah.
Enjoy it now.
Interesting. So I want to read something from Andy.
Okay.
Andy said something. Andy, thank you very much. But I hope that you would also be one of our very first callers. Hey, Andy, Pine. Andy. Okay, so this one says now the talk, as I choose to call it, is one of the most intimate, sexy, and sensual experiences in any relationship,
Yeah.
especially in marriage. In fact, it's a major turn on for a lot of men, which emboldens them to pick up on the hint and follow up. And so men are very smart. Indeed, most of the time, it's the talk, quote and unquote, that will invariably educate you more on your spouse's sexuality, including some of their favorites and the most intimate sexual fantasies. I mentioned fantasies, okay?
Yes.
So tell the folks out there, they sexual fancy or the other deep within themselves, but most are very unlikely to experience that fantasy ever in their lifetime.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the fact that people don't tell their spouses
Yeah, that
what
is
they
it.
want.
They
That
don't
is
get
it.
Yeah. This is where communication comes in. Great. Folks must learn to talk and very freely at that in talking to their spouses about their sexual fantasies that they may have and want to be fulfilled. Talk, oh, talk. Most are quiet on these and many other issues in the relationships, especially when it comes to sex, because they are afraid of being tagged sport. You want to tag me as sport? Well, none of you are meaning it. And some may even be labeled as satanic just because they have expressed a certain way in which they would love to be touched, kissed, held, or fucked, quote and unquote. Which most will go to their graves without having experienced their one sexual fantasy, which may lead to having that extra hewale. Hey, orgasm or ejaculation, it's been idling in them all these years, and all because they are not talking. So please, from today onwards, talk, oh, talk. Talk, oh, talk. This
Very,
one, oh yes, we need to talk. Facebook says, oh, okay. Father Coach, thanks for watching. Irene Cranting says, this is Irene. Tell your resource persons I'm proud of them.
Oh.
Irene, thank you for sending your messages.
Thank you. Thank
If
you,
you're
Irene.
watching, the number will be rolling under your television set when it comes. Be the first to call.
Cool. Now, a quick one about fantasies. I always say that if we have to do it, we have to do it right. Now, some fantasies are not right. Now, imagine having a fantasy like you want to have an orgy, because it is not the Christian way, it is not healthy, and it is not right.
Yeah, that is it.
some of these disgusting fantasies now we have now is apart from the orgy, you still have all these sex toys coming into play. You have partners who now masturbate because probably the sex is not enough for them. Listen, in as much as you have to enjoy sex, you need to enjoy it the right way.
Yeah, that is it.
The right way means that you need to, you see, as Christian partners, you need to always come together, educate each other, appreciate each other. Now, if you appreciate your spouse, you wouldn't even crave for an orgy. You wouldn't crave for a threesome. You wouldn't crave for a third person joining you. The more you discuss it, the more you're able to kill that fantasy, that spirit. And the trees will call it akonobone. So in as much as we say sex is good, talk about it. Talk even about that akonobone so that you can kill it. If not, you keep nursing it within you.
Yeah.
And you keep craving for it.
It's just like craving for probably a bigger or a smaller penis. And you're not getting it.
And you're not getting it.
Yeah.
You may be tempted to go out to get it.
No, but talk to your
partner about it.
Flow with your partner. And sometimes even if you can't tell him that, oh, I think your penis is too small or your penis is too big for me, make sure that if it is too big, you're well lubricated. Let him know that because of the size, you need him to get you extra wet.
Yes.
So that he can, go in smoothly. If it is small, it's up to you, the lady. There are several ways now of tightening yourself up so that small penis will fit in, just like a screwdriver in a bolt, so like a screw in a bolt. You understand? So don't nurse any demonic fantasies. I like to call it that way. Don't as a Christian couple, you need to kill it immediately.
Yeah.
When it comes, take it off.
It's like you have a spouse that you're craving for cigarette, and you know it's bad. I think that you should be bold to mention it that I don't know why, but they feel that most cigarette scent
like when people are pregnant and they want to take shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is it.
Yeah. And then he would help you and say, oh, they can be never fitable. Don't
That
even,
is the thing.
Talk about it. Because listen, you might discuss it with a counselor or any of these therapists, but they will not be able to understand it as much as your spouse can. They would not be able to understand it in as much as just the same way your spouse can understand your sexual feelings. He should know that you have these fantasies that you crave for, and then you kill it immediately. The truth is that once you open up and you discuss it, you not even
think about
harbor it
anymore.
Yeah, that is it.
Because it's out of the bag.
Yes.
You've discussed it. And I'm saying this to a lot of couples who are under bondage. I know some couples have already started. Some couples are even already thinking of it. I mean, in these end times, people want to do anything and everything for pleasure. Please put it to a stop. Yes. It's not healthy.
Kill it.
Kill it. It's not healthy. And don't go to the extreme to say you need to satisfy your partner, so you have to do it the wrong way. Don't. Please. Because you doing it for his sake means you're not happy. And sex, like I say, it's food. But no, yeah. Be enjoy. Kengo na kai. Tamo ngo feel, magi feel, sickly feel, A1 feel. But can look alakale no be ngo. But don't do it the wrong way. No, don't do it the wrong way. No.
Accepted.
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 So our phone lines are activated.
Accepted.
Do well to call us. When you call, lower the volume of your TV set. Irene says, "Hey, Cecil Desert Spa is somebody and check." It says, "Mumui in sex. You have made my night. Trust me." Philip Danso says, "We the men won't know if you are satisfied or not, and that's why the ladies should tell their men what they are doing wrong and encourage them to keep on doing the ones they are doing best.
I agree.
They
Yeah,
should
that's the
eliminate
communication.
shyness." And please, I don't understand the Ghana language.
Oh.
Please use English only. Oh, we are sorry. But we did well to, bring it in the two dialects.
Interpretate it, yes.
Interpretate it a bit. So, this is it. The phone lines are activated when you call at the volume of a TV set. I'm waiting for who my first caller will be. And if you call and you don't want to mention your name, it's fine. You can tell us where you're calling from. And that's it. when you call, lower the volume of your TV set. Last week we had interesting session. This week we are talking about igniting our sex talks. Before the act itself, how are we supposed to talk to our partners before it starts? What are we supposed to say to our partners? When we are done, what do we say to our partners? It's very important. The aftermath of it, what happens after it. Hi, good evening. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening. Oh,
Hi.
thanks. You made my day. I was waiting for a woman to call. Anyways, you want to mention your name?
Patience from Bogoso.
Oh, Bogosu, thanks for calling all the way.
Okay.
So what's up? Talk to us.
Thank you. I love the program. I've been in marriage for, let me say, 2 years. But I watch your program. It educates me very well. So I can say continuous it always.
Thank you very much for your motivation. We do want to always give you what you need. God bless you. Enjoy your evening.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes. Your name and where you calling from?
Mpacho, yes, I'm Suzanne. I'm Tetepi Konongo.
Konongo. Okay, me that's it. Pacho Mawanunko.
Mpacho program amoyeno. You need to hope because youth na ya bano. Some fans say, "Utte and some say na o practice ya o pass my record say what say on them person me train no." Sometimes one say, "Nimi who say any time bia na men be catch say." I want to take you so I said them person general. But I was say rather no man on sweet near the ekatri kunu say say ebe by a count almost must say to do internal say any day.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I think we need to move away from this. We need to move away from just labeling our partners as Mwase.
Okay.
No.
When we want to change our style to whatever said.
No. So how are we enjoying the sex then? How are we enjoying the sex? Right. The woman is bringing on board what will make the sex enjoyable. And we are labeling them as no. It's not acceptable. We have to move away from that.
And,
that is it.
And to add to what Cecil is saying, because she spoke Tree, I'd want to express myself in the Tree language and say something. Say, Ukatre Ukno Edjania Ado Wukon Dia. Or you're okay. Ukatre so ene me pese me deep potato chips and I yem pie ne nkoto jollof and I nkoto salada or you okay. So the moment Obeka se was and kind say na say to say aduane am dide bia me pe aduane bia me to make
Antina, there's a caller. Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Your name and where you calling from?
I'm Abdul calling from Bolga.
Bolga. Thanks for calling.
Yes, please.
Kindly go ahead.
Actually, I want to say that this your program is very, very educative.
Thank you.
And you will pick it up.
Okay.
And they say the guy like to know somewhere from not the
Please lower the volume of your TV set.
I said the guy language.
We are sorry about that.
Yeah.
We are sorry.
I said the guy language.
Yes, and I'm saying that we are sorry about that. Please forgive us.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, please. Good evening.
Good evening.
Please, my name is Fazia from Kumasi.
Calling from?
From Kumasi.
From Kumasi. Okay.
Yeah. I've been following you for quite a while. Your program is very interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As growing up in our culture, talking about sex is something like forbidden. So it has been part of us. When we marry, we feel shy. We feel it's like it shouldn't be talked about. So we have everything in our heart most of the time we just enjoy the sex. But what do? We enjoy it because we feel like talking about it is something abomination. So your program has really enlightened me a lot on how to go about
Okay,
sex
thank you.
issues and how to make it enjoyable. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. We do want to enlighten you a bit on that. I'll start with Cecil again. Then we should enlighten her how to enjoy her sex life.
How to enjoy the sex life?
Yes, she's not able to say it.
Wow. Communication is key in marriage, in relationship. If you are not communicating, it means that you won't get results. You won't get anything. So definitely you need to think about how you're going to communicate with your spouse. Without communication, there is nothing like relationship.
Yep.
So communication is key. Find out how best you can talk with your spouse. You do talk about other things.
So you should be able to talk
That
about
is the
it.
thing. If there is school fees or something, you do talk about it. If there is food that we need to eat, we do talk about it. It's the same thing, like you were saying, it is food. So if you're able to talk about food, you should be able to talk about sex. If you can't go straight away like that, or you want to start in a smaller way, like I said, just find 5 cities, 10 cities, take your husband out there, go and take 1 or 2 malt. When you go and you are chatting, let him see something. Let him feel the romantic aspect of you. Out of that, he may ask certain questions, and your answers will come out in the way you want to deliver.
Interesting.
Very important.
Marjorie, someone disagrees with you. Andy disagrees with you. It says that I totally disagree with Marjorie when it comes to fantasies. There is nothing like Christian sex or any labeling for that matter. Sex is sex, simple and pure. The one thing that someone may define as Christian sex may very well be aberrant to another couple. Sex permeates all religion and their doctrines. I, however, agree that whether the fantasy is, both spouses should talk about it, and they should both feel comfortable with it, whatever it is, before engaging in it. It should never be at the detriment of anyone. So talk, and talk more and more. In more bizarre circumstances, a counselor may be engaged to take the spouses through their turbulent times.
Andy, I'm glad you agree with me that the talk should be there, like I said.
Yeah.
But when it comes to fantasies, there are some. That's why I give an example. A threesome.
It's not so.
Listen, bringing a
What is a
third
threesome?
party into your marriage and calling it a fantasy, it means that you're ready to kill the marriage.
Yeah.
Whoever is coming to you, whether it's another guy or another lady, your spouse will end up enjoying the person more. Now that would lead to adultery.
Because your partner may turn
Yes.
out
So,
to like the person more.
exactly. So imagine you calling yourself a Christian. And for me, I keep saying, so far as I'm a Christian, whatever I do, I need to do right to the glory of God. So there are indeed some fantasies that would not, and I repeat, would not agree with your religion. And that's where we have to be careful. That's where you need to talk. Like Andy is saying, I like the way he repeated it. Talk about
and
it.
talk more.
And talk more. That's why I gave an example. Because sex is sex, but there are some fantasies that I would say, no
go area.
That's why I've given an example. And one of those examples is orgies.
Yeah.
That is why today, now, permit me to say this. There are married women who are lesbians. And there are married men who are gay. Yet they are still married. And they have a term they call themselves bisexuals. And it's so sad. Their partners don't even know who they are married to.
Yeah.
And it all boils down to the fact that they don't discuss their sex life. They are harboring hidden fantasies. They never discuss these fantasies. So they go and seek pleasure elsewhere. Now this we can say that society frowns on it completely.
Yeah.
Society frowns on it completely.
Yes.
So you've been married to your wife for years and you don't know that your wife has a lesbian partner. And then you've been married to your husband for years. You don't know that your husband has a gay partner. So that's what I'm saying. So please and please again, let's do it right. Let's do it the Christian way. So Andy, I do disagree with you. Indeed, there are fantasies that are no.
Yeah.
If we say we are Christians, let's eradicate them immediately. Let's kill them by discussing them or talking about it.
My mommy is here.
I know.
Okay, so good evening to you. I will mention your name. Anyways, Mr. Producer, do I have a caller? Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Please, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
Yes, my name is Kofi. I'm calling from Widiba.
Okay, Kofi, thanks for calling.
You see, there is this thing. What especially now is talking about, most of them might come from our church. You see, there are some churches access like something that is done secretly. Let's put on the light and then. I'm a counselor. A lady came to me and in the course of the conversation, I asked her to go and thank the husband and him that, oh, honey, thank you for making me sexy yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And when the lady went and told the husband, after the sex, and she told the husband, it became a taboo. The man reported it to the pastor. And the pastor said, hey, and your man with you, I say.
Imagine.
You see? So some of these things, we see sex as, Charlie, let's put up the light.
It's a taboo.
This
We
is
see it as a
taboo.
taboo.
When it's a thing, you can keep quiet and tell them to give it to you.
Yeah, and then you get up and go.
The children are coming. So that, see, there is research that there are some women and there is author in their mouth. Why? Because when they are giving it to you, open your mouth, honey, it is good. They keep quiet. They keep quiet. So they don't enter. So most of these things, they come from our churches. There are some churches, you think when say sex. No. They said you saw. And Abraham saw. So most of these are coming from, the church. Most men, husbands are raping. They a lot. They rape their women, their wives, in there. Because you can talk about, yes, the man can tell you, now, today, I'll eat you. Then he can say, but the taboo for the woman, the man to tell the woman, hey, now, telling, wear some nice panty, then wait for you. It's a taboo. No. If they are checked, they don't do it. So like this, the Orthodox Church, everything is, I'm a Presbyterian. And everything is, go to a church, talk about sex, they will suspend you one time. So yes, some of these men are from our churches. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your submission. I really appreciate this. This is where we need to stamp our foot and say that, look, this is where we are supposed to talk about sex. It is the churches. Because that is where we find most of the youth. They try to hide behind that attitude. They hide behind it. They come to church and they are quiet about it. But it's surprising you to know that when you speak about it in church once, twice, the third time, you get people
learn
to open up.
Yes.
Marriage is ordained by God.
And it is done in church.
That is the thing. It
It's
is
done
done
by
in
priest.
church.
So why can't or
That is the thing.
And sex is the most
That is
important
the
part of
thing.
marriage. I
It
repeat,
is.
this is the most important part of
It
marriage.
is. It is the one that brings you
You
together.
can feed your spouse all the banku and the fufu and the kukunte. If your sex life is not good, then what you have is
the whole
not
thing is-
marriage.
is not good.
No.
Pastors, please. Most people are coming to you. Most married couples are coming to you with their problems and other things. Please talk to them about sex
I agree.
with your wife and other things, and sex happens. You can even decide
Forget about it.
to forget about it. If you want to continue with it, probably you sit your wife somewhere.
Realize that, oh, there was actually no problem at all.
We are missing out on
We are
something.
missing out on
Yes,
something.
that is the thing.
So it could even take just the sex for them to realize that, oh, actually, that is my soulmate. That magical moment. It takes just that for them to realize it. We need to talk about it. And like I mentioned earlier, if you're a lady and you know how to demand for an iPhone, you know how to demand for perfume and all the fine things in life, you should be able to demand for sex.
Yeah.
Because it's part of the marriage.
It's
And
romantic.
the men too, when we demand for all these things, you're able to give it to us.
So why can't you give us
this one
sex
out?
the right way, the right time, and as much as we want it? You should be able to.
And I beg, but I guess there are people who would even say that you ask for 2 rounds of sex. Hey. And then forever.
No, they actually say "Upeso kume."
I mean,
Meanwhile, when we give you 5 balls of banku, you finish it, and we ask you for
no,
two
not
rounds.
even 5 balls of banku. He'll go out and go and pick another lady,
I know, right?
and the lady would give you more than 3 rounds,
And
and you'll be quiet and contain it. But when you come home, you want 2 rounds, you can't give.
There's a caller from Konongo who mentioned something that I want to comment on.
Okay.
Yeah, she's saying that when she tries to approach the husband would think that, well, say, what does she do? Or she said she will not be able to say it. Now, my dear caller, I think that if you're not able to say it, act it. So if there's something your husband is not doing, and you feel he should do, you should do it. If he's not licking you, you should be giving him a blowjob to draw his attention, for him to know that. And sakona and saba. If he doesn't kiss or cuddle you, I think you should start doing it.
Yeah.
Grab him and kiss him. Hold him and cuddle him. Then you understand. Now when you need he let him understand and say, yeah, worry for you what even so I may fair. To me so me ye be. Yeah, no why ye me be.
Do you know the next thing? This is telenovela loud. Telenovela. But you know, most men attributes attitude, recent attitudes.
Oh
to that.
yes.
They think that we are learning wrongly or we are copying blindly.
No, we just want to enjoy. Previously, we never used to pizza and burger or shawarma.
We learned it from them.
We learned it from them. So if we are eating all the pizzas and all the burgers and all the shawarmas and they are okay with it, please, then they should up their sex game for us. So my darling from Konongo, want to make her yeno on share. I think that's it.
That's a good one.
Interesting. So our phone lines are still activated. You can call us the way you call. You want the volume of your TV set. Mr. Producer, do I have a caller? If not, how much time do we need to have sex with my partner? Hi, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Your name and where you calling from?
My name is John from Debla.
Okay, thanks for calling, John.
Yes.
Kindly go ahead.
Your program is very educative.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Actually, I'm also a married man for about 3 good years. Now, I've been following your program. It's so helpful. I have a small problem.
Okay.
I love my wife so much. But sometimes it's also difficult. My wife requesting that maybe we should have a sex. She doesn't say that I'm the only person who requests for sex. And also, when it comes to kissing, it's quite difficult for her to kiss her. In fact, it wasn't like that first. Right? It's getting worse now. Like, if I want to kiss her, she finds it difficult. I don't know what it is. I asked her several times what the problem is. She said, nothing. She doesn't just feel it.
Okay.
Yes.
We do want to advise you.
Yes.
I think the communication comes in here again. The wife should be very sincere with the, yes, that is the thing, because if you are keeping it to yourself and you are harboring it, it will grow. Today you are saying this and that. You will find other things and add on, and that is breaking the marriage. That is breaking intimacy. It is very, very important. If you keep it and harbor it, it will go against you. So sit your wife down again and tell her to be very sincere with you. When it comes to the kissing, what is it about? A wife once asked the husband, does it mean that I have mouth odor? Is that the reason why you are moving away from me when it comes to kissing? And the guy still said, oh, no. And the guy knew very well what he was going through. but he wasn't sincere. So if we are able to be sincere with each other, I believe these things will be sorted out. Let's be sincere. Communication is key
You see,
in these areas.
and also, John, I like the fact that you hinted us that it never used to be so. So something has changed. Now, for you and your spouse, I'd say that you need to find out what went wrong, what changed. Probably you're trying to kiss her in public, and she's not used to public romance or public affection.
It's not used to PDA.
Exactly. So what for such a person, if you know you're married to the shy type, start preparing her from the bedroom. Probably it depends on when you want to initiate that kiss. Is it very early in the morning? We started when I said that before they said swomoli agbuku. Now the swomo, it identifies agbuku. Now love is no more blind. Yeah, so well, previously they used to say love is blind. Now love is no more blind. The love we have now, it has contact lenses, and it's in spectacles, so you can see clearly.
We have a caller.
You have
Hi,
a caller.
good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, your name and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Singer.
Sinyani, thanks for calling.
My name is Sorry for Madu.
Okay, kindly go ahead.
Sometimes I'm being with my wife, but sometimes. Hello?
Yeah, hello, I'm
Yeah,
listening.
we're listening.
I said sometimes when I'm being with my wife, you could do everything, but when it comes to sex, you don't feel to do the sex. What kind of sex type of it is that?
So if I'm getting you right, you're saying that you are always with your wife. You do whatever you want to do, that is the foreplay and all that, but you don't have sex.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the reason?
You can even play together, do everything together, but you don't feel to do the sex. I don't know.
Okay. Then probably there's something wrong. We'll ask our counselors to let you know what is really happening.
I think he's saying that they bond in various ways. They are able to do everything together except having sex. Now, I can't imagine marriage without sex. Find out. Talk to your woman. Is it the size of your penis? Is it too big for her? Is sex painful for her? Is it that she doesn't enjoy it, or she has a previous history? Look, you could be married to a woman who has been raped before, has been a victim of rape. So for such a person, you could do everything, but the moment you touch her, she's traumatized.
Yeah.
You could be married to a woman who is traumatized even by the size of your dick. Once the dick is erected and she holds it, she freaks out because
she wants to run.
This big thing, then she wants to run. That's why the communication, initiating the talk, let her know that, look, we go through everything, we bond, but why can't we have sex? What is it? Is it that you're afraid of me? Is it that you've been through something? Please talk to your spouse, get to know her, initiate the talk. Sometimes, for some women, you need to push and push before they open up. But you just need to keep on trying. I pity you. If you are if you're married and you're not having sex, I pity you.
He's not enjoying at all.
No. You're not enjoying. So it means every day you're eating banku and fufu, but you're not eating food. No.
Hi, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, I want to contribute to the program.
Okay, thanks for calling. Where are you calling from, please? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Please, where are you calling from and your name?
Please, I'm calling from Achimota.
Okay, please, your name?
I'm Mrs. Kwe.
Okay. And go ahead.
Oh, okay. Please, I'm just calling to let you know that the program is very engaging. I've really learned a lot tonight.
Thank you. Very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. This one is from Solomon Martin Kanu. He says, how much time do we need to have sex with my partner? Oh, Mumui in sex. Oh, okay. Charles Genesis says, hello, I like your program so much. Pasikwe, you have a long message. He says, Okay. Okay. Well, we are sorry about that, but we'll try and make it a bit moderate. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so it says, ladies, don't let us quit our own heritage that's falling for the plots to kill. Okay, I don't want to read that. But thank you very much for the message. I'll do well to relay to my producer. Thank you. Antina.
My darling. So, as I was saying, I mean, keep pushing. Because it's a problem, your spouse will not open up immediately. Especially if the problem is you, she might feel, and that's why we need to educate the spouses to, like I said earlier, if it's a problem, don't go straight to the point. You might end up bruising his ego. But I mean, you start praising, you start getting to know the person before you drop the bombshell or before you tell the person what the problem is. So, John, please keep pushing, keep finding out exactly what the problem is with her. If your penis is too big for her, there are lubricants. You can have intensive foreplay. Get her wet, get her into motion before you initiate the sex, and should enjoy it. And the challenge with the caller who can't kiss the wife or do anything with the wife, find out. Maybe you kiss only early in the morning when you haven't brushed your teeth. Please. Find out all these things. If you need to get a good mouthwash, try several.
Last 2 weeks. But I said the same thing.
So get a good mouthwash, goggle it, and then you freshen your mouth before you go. Try that one. I'm sure she might enjoy that differently.
If you feel like the roll-on is not helping, change it.
Change it. If you have to change the toothpaste, change it. You know, you need to keep
3 times a day.
trying so that you can be able to bond with your spouse and enjoy each other. Enjoy each other. I think that's it.
Okay. So
Yes.
you have some few minutes to wrap up. So kindly share with us what you have, and then
Yes. Married couple out there, we need to enjoy sex. Oh yes. We need to enjoy sex. It will be some way if God has created this beautiful food, like she said, and we are not enjoying it, and we meet the time that God is calling us. It's really some way. Let's enjoy the sex that God has created. It is so beautiful. It is so nice. It brings us together. It takes us to the skies.
Cloud. No, let me add to so cloud 11 instead of 9.
That is it.
11.
So please, let's enjoy. Let's communicate. The intimacy should be there. If we leave all these things out, we may keep silence, but we are dying in our marriages and our relationships. Let's go ahead and talk.
Interesting. And now you have something else to say before we
Yes, I'll wrap up by saying that, I mean, as a couple, know yourselves, know what you want, and ask for it if you want it. And like I said earlier on, your spouse comes back from work and he's too tired to give you sex, but you're craving. Allow him to have that rest. Let him sleep for a while, but wake him up at dawn and take your sex. Because if it was the other way around, he'll still take it. If he's still not in the mood at dawn and he's still tired, wait till 4:30 a.m. Wake him up and take it. I mean, when it comes to intimacy and sex, there shouldn't be anything like secrecy or shyness. I mean, be open to each other, flow with each other, and enjoy each other. Sex is supposed to be enjoyed, so enjoy each other.
Interesting. Andy, I can see that you are typing, but I guess I have to wait for your message. I'll read a couple of messages here. Mr. Sikwa is saying that we are operating in a garland, so I mean, guys allowed. Okay, but for the sake of my callers, most of my callers are not in the garland. I get people watching here but they don't call it from Accra. They actually call from the other regions. And so, for the sake of them, I'm sorry. Please pardon us for this week, and next week we'll come your way. We'll speak the three. This one is from Rich Yeboah. It says, "Hi, my sister Peter Davis. I love the program, and I'm watching you live. Go hi. My name is Richo." Okay. Oh, so Andy, the phone lines are jammed. Oh, so I guess I have to keep on keeping on here. This sex talk thing, I think it goes down way down to our very social cultural fabric. I think we need to, each and every one of us, go deep. Okay, let me take it again. It says, I think we need to, each and every one of us, to do a deep retrospective analysis of ourselves and healing our biases before venturing out to educate others. Let us all know that talking about sex is very normal and should be encouraged, most of all within the corridors of the church. And thanks so much. And this is what we keep saying. The church is where we are supposed to talk about these things. And so this brings us to the end of today's discussion. Sex is tastier than food.
Yes.
That's what Antina says. And I've actually learned this, just this one. This is the only thing I learned. Sex is more important. It is tastier. It is richer.
Yep.
It has all the nutrients you need. Everything from A to mother is doing something, but mommy, don't mind us.
Reduces calories.
This one, it has everything. So when you want to take starters, it is there. Want to take the main meal, it is there. Appetizer, it is there. Dessert, you get it. So why are you running away from it? And the men, please, when we want to come, let us come. If it's your turn, my sister said I can come. So I'm here. I'm sitting here. So this brings us to the end of it. You had Mr. Cecil Porty and you had Mrs. Marjorie Peter Davis. I call her Auntie now, so don't mind us. She's senior now. I am junior now. Don't worry. My name is Afarley Quarcoo. Major thanks to my producers. First of all, you are a bit under the weather, but I hope that by next week you'll be up and kicking so that I can see you here. If you are here by this time, but don't worry, we'll see you same time next week, Friday. Before then, enjoy the rest of our programs. My camera crew, Paddy, can see you here on my left. Lizzie is right in front of me. Sasu is there. Eric is there. Jonathan, thank you very much. My dad's namesake, thank you very much. God bless you all for your time and for watching and for sending your text messages. Don't worry, we are not able to read everything, but next week we'll answer. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this. We are out.